Um, Today I'm going to be filming the Q&A video that I've talked about in my past video. I know I've asked a lot of you to give me some questions to answer, and a lot of you guys have. I have a list of them written down. You couldn't really see it on camera, but it's there. So I'll just be answering those for today. So if you want to figure out some answers, stick around. The first question is, what do I have and how long have I had it? I have a few health issues. I have systematic juvenile idiopathic arthritis, periodic fever syndrome, chronic migraines. They're talking about fibromyalgia. I have a tic disorder that I'm working on getting diagnosed, where my body and my voice make movements and noises that I don't do, that I don't try to do. I also have undiagnosed GI issues, and I have undiagnosed fainting spells and like passing out. Like I pass out frequently. Let's start with the first few, the systematic juvenile idiopathic arthritis and the periodic fever syndrome. Both were diagnosed around the ages of 7 and 11, in between that range. I started getting sick originally after I got the swine flu when I was 7. Everything kind of just tumbleweeded since then. What else? The chronic migraines I got diagnosed with a couple years ago. I don't know what age I was exactly. I just know it was a couple years ago. Fibromyalgia was a year or 2 ago now. The tic disorder, or whatever that is. The tics, the GI, and the fainting spells have yet to be diagnosed, so we don't know what those are yet. So that's what I have and kind of how long I've had it for. I've been dealing with it since I was around 7, mostly. Another question I got is like, what helps? I have a weighted blanket that helps with, sometimes it helps with pain at night. I have a heated blanket that also helps with like pain and a lot of the stomach pain the heated blanket helps with. I have a lot of medications I take that I'll get into later in the video. It's later on my list. Sometimes I have to like get my hair like up and off my skin because it'll hurt if my hair touches my skin. It's just like beanies and like hair ties help sometimes. What else? Canes, my mobility aids help. My family and my support systems help a lot. They're very appreciated. And my friends are also very appreciated. They're one of my biggest support systems, my friends and my family. And I appreciate all of them very much. And my boyfriend, I love him. It's very sweet. Yeah. What else helps? I have different things I use to make things easier. Like I have a box that I put stuff in if I need to carry it, or my backpack I use to carry stuff instead of just carrying everything because it's easier on my joints and it's easier in general, so that helps. Fuzzy socks help with my legs going numb, because that's a thing that happens. So like my legs will sometimes go like turn purple and go numb. So like warm pants and fuzzy socks help with that. I'll have to layer up a lot. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit spaced out throughout this video. I'm starting to like get a migraine coming on. Ice packs. Ice packs help so much with like migraines and headaches and nausea, which I get all three of very frequently. Ice packs help a lot. Recently for Christmas, I got an ice pack that's like whole face. I just had like eye masks before that were ice packs that go in the freezer, but I got one that's like my whole face, and it's like super duper helpful and super duper cool, and it helps with pain a lot. Another question I get, which is kind of the opposite of the last question, is like what makes it worse and like what I have to be cautious about, which is kind of hard to answer and kind of easy to answer at the same time. Weather and allergies. I have a lot of allergies to food and to stuff like makeup and cosmetics and stuff, and like not perfumes, but like soaps I have allergies to. So I have to be careful of those because those will trigger a flare-up. The weather a lot of the time triggers flare-ups. Or weather changes in general will make it worse. Any of my health issues, my migraines, my pain, my SJIA, my fevers, really any of my health issues can be triggered by the weather. Honestly, all of them can, which is kind of a bummer. It really is, and it really sucks. By the way, I have a notebook down here that I'm reading the questions out of, so if you catch me looking down, that's why. What else makes it worse? What else? Not taking my meds on time. If I wait too long to take them, or if I'm out of a med and I can't get it from the pharmacy, or if I'm out of house and I don't have it with me and I can't take it, that will make me feel a little kind of crummy the rest of the day. I think that's most of what makes it worse. Or if I try to push through the pain, that will make a lot of things worse. If I try to push through it, that doesn't work for me. I can't just push through it. That works terribly for me. Another question I get is like, what do my doctors give me to help? I take a lot of supplements and like vitamins and medications. Some for my health conditions and some to prevent pain from said health conditions, and then others are just vitamins to make sure I'm not, what's the word, like deficient of said vitamins. So that's kind of what this whole section right here is for, with my pill box, my medications, this little bag, and then a lot of stuff in here. I keep a lot of my vitamins and medications in. Another thing is like Gatorades. My headache specialist has told me to drink Gatorade when I get headaches because that will help. So I still drink Gatorade a lot, yes, and my favorite is still green apple for those of you who asked, because several of you did specifically ask if I still liked green Gatorade. The answer is yes, it's still my favorite. Another question I get is like flare-ups. Like, what are flare-ups and can I feel them coming? Or like, what do I feel that's different? Like, I'll feel like a lot of my health issues start to like get a little bit worse or start to act up in general. And normally I'll feel them coming like around the time weather changes, or like if I'm really, really anxious, it'll be brought on by stress. And a flare-up is just like a really bad like time for my health issues, where like a time where my health is just really bad or crummy. So that's kind of what a flare-up is. And can I feel them coming? Sometimes yes, other times no. They kind of just show up out of nowhere, which really sucks. Another question is how it kind of affects my daily life. It affects like my movement, and like the passing out affects like a lot of things. It'll affect like me being able to do stuff. I get like brain fog, so it makes me forget to do stuff and forget that I need to do stuff. So then I get memory issues that all fall into play. The migraines also, if I get a migraine, I'm basically out of commission for the day. Kind of don't really have a choice at that point. I'll probably end up doing a daily routine video because a lot of people are asking like how it affects my daily life and my daily routine, which would be easier to answer in a kind of if I just show you instead of speaking, because my speech isn't well right now apparently, which is another thing I get from the brain fog and the headaches, which I currently have one right now. The headaches and the periodic fever disorder or syndrome also caused me to overheat a lot. So I do overheat and get like super freezing cold randomly. But another question I get is what's the difference between terminally and chronically? Like, for example, I'm chronically ill, I'm not terminally ill. My illnesses will not kill me, as far as we know. So I'm not terminally ill. I'm chronically ill. I'm going to live with it forever. I'm chronically not terminal. Terminal is if the illness will kill you in the future because of you having it. Another thing was self-care and like how I keep a good mental state. Sometimes it's hard, like sometimes I'll struggle to brush my hair because it hurts my arms and back a lot. So like my siblings and my family and my mother and my grandmother are all very nice, and they'll offer to help brush my hair, which is super sweet of them. And I greatly appreciate them for that because they don't have to do that. Most of the time when that happens, I'll just throw it up in a ponytail or put it in like a beanie because that helps. It just helps keep it up and out of the way. The way I keep a good mental state is like I'll do like hobbies to distract myself. I'll hang out with friends or family. I'll spend time with my boyfriend. I'll spend time with my animals. I'll hang out with my little hamster, my sister's hamster. I'll spend time with just like any animals or any of my support, like talk to support groups, spend time with my friends, my family, my boyfriend. Sometimes I'll like vent about my health and talk about my health to like my friends or my family or my boyfriend, and they're all really supportive and will listen to me and offer advice if they can think of anything or if I ask for it. They're all very sweet, and I love all of my friends and my family and very much love my boyfriend. Another question was what mobility aids I use. Currently, I have a few that I use. I have a cane that I use. I'm gonna set it right here. It's just a normal cane. I have a little stuffed animal on it right now. I'll set it there for now. My other one that I'm currently using, because today's a bad pain day, it's behind me, is a crutch, a forearm crutch. I have another one under my bed that I use when pain's really, really bad, but I haven't needed it in a little while now, so I haven't really had it out, but lately pain's been kind of bad, so I've been using this and my other cane. I also have a wheelchair, and I have a couple walkers downstairs if I need them. And that's really all the mobility aids I have, I think of. No. I have a shower chair that is technically a mobility aid. And I have, what else do I have? It's technically a mobility aid. I think that's all. Just my canes, my shower chair, my forearm crutches, and my wheelchair. And another question was, can I drive? Currently, because of the passing out spells and the spells where my legs will go numb or I'll black out, I am not allowed to learn to drive currently because of those issues. So the answer to that one is no. I am working towards getting a service dog, which was a question I got asked a lot. Oops, sorry. I just apologized to a camera. Yep. I am currently working towards getting a service dog, which was a question I was asked quite a bit. I don't know what kind of dog. Yes, it will be a certified service dog. No, I don't have it yet. And yes, I will be raising it from a puppy and training it. Another question, one of the last questions I got, I only got this from like 2 people, was like how I balanced health with school when we were going to school in person, when I was still in school. It was kind of hard because of doctor's appointments and like admissions, but I would just mostly have to make it up and go by my 504 plan. Sometimes they'd omit me from doing work, so I wouldn't have to do it because I was in the hospital that day or was having a certain like test done that day that took a lot of like mental strength or effort done that day or something along the lines of that. Sometimes they would omit me from doing schoolwork for those things. Other times they would have me come get the paperwork and make it up while I was at school or while I was at home the next day and turn it in within a timely manner. And that was kind of the hardest part. Another question I got a lot is like what people assume about me a lot. For some reason, a lot of people have assumed I have cancer when I wear my hair in a beanie, which I don't get personally, because you can have a shaved head and not have cancer, or you could have your hair pulled back in a hat and not have cancer. I don't know why that's people's first assumption if you have a cane and a beanie on, is that you have cancer. And that kind of frustrates me because I know I don't really need to explain to people that I do not have cancer. And there have been a few occasions where people have just not even said what they think I have. They're just like, how long do you have to live? And like, if I'm too tired to explain on some occasions. And I know it's pretty messed up, but on some occasions I've just said, oh, I have a year, or I have 6 months, or something. And I know that's kind of messed up, but I don't need to explain my health issues to you. And that's a very rude question to ask someone, especially a stranger on the street who you don't know. So that could be kind of hurtful sometimes. Just a stranger coming up to you and asking you how long you have to live. So that's nice. something I wanted to mention in this video was that I really appreciate all the questions I got, and I hope I answered all of them. If not, please comment them down below, and I'll end up doing another one in the future if I missed any. Or you could check out my Instagram and I could answer them there, but I think I got all the questions. I'm not 100% sure. I apologize if I missed your question. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I answered whatever questions you had to the extent you needed. And I hope that helps you understand some of my health issues a little bit better. Bye. Have a happy Tuesday.